So this is what the drum app looks like. We got the kick down low, we got the snare, hi-hat, and cymbals. And so what all this is a very simple app idea. We have 4 buttons, and each button has coding to say play. And I got each of the audio tracks from Logic Pro. I just bounced them, which is a way of exporting in Logic the kick sound and snare sounds, so I would have them. So first thing we'll do is we'll show you what it sounds like, and I'm going to move my mic to the speakers and hit the different drum sounds so you can hear what that sounds like. So that's what it looks like. So now we'll get into some of the basic layouts. So we're going to get into that real quick. Xcode, create a new project. View based is fine, and we can call this drum application. And I'll move this simulator to the other side. So this is what you'll see, drum application. So the first thing you have to do is you have to add a framework. So in order to even play audio, Xcode says, I need a framework. So what we can do is we can go to frameworks, right? Awesome. And we're looking for AV Foundation. And there it is right there. So you can pull it. Or just hit add, bam. Okay, so now you'll see AV Foundation, and I throw it into frameworks. So there it is. Now that's kind of step 1 in the coding process. Okay, so step 2, what we can do is we look at our interface builder, so we can set up the layout. And you see here bouncing, it's our interface builder, and as you see, it's blank. And if we hit build and run now, we'll see the simulator load. No, it's in iPad mode. You can see that here, and it is blank. So the cool thing about Xcode is that when you run it, it starts and runs through without having any issues. It's like a basic template, which is nice for people who are starting. Like, I'm still really new. I've been doing this for a couple of months. So what we have to do is we have to add the images to that view. And so what we can do is, that's the view of my original app. So what I can do is take my images, which is kick, snare, hi-hat, and cymbals. And what I did is I put all the sounds and pictures in one folder. And I called it drum app. So what I'm going to do is copy that over. So you'll see this under resources. And they'll say add and say copy, yes. Okay, so now we have cymbals, hi-hats, kick, and snare. The next thing we add is the interface. So visually what people see. It has interface builders, so drum application. You'll see it's boring and gray. We just got to add some images, which we actually create buttons. So we'll go to tools, library, round reg button, okay. And then we go to tools, inspector, and we're able to add our own images, which we want, kick. Okay, so I can go and pull this, hit Alt, and I'm able to create kick, snare, hi-hat, and cymbal. And I won't spend too much time making them look pretty, because the whole idea is just to get the idea across. And you can move and change size and line up and things like that. So I click, and all I do is change the image. Snare, hi-hat, and I'll do the last one a little slower. Okay, so that gives us our images for our different sounds we're going to link to. Bam. This one's a little wider, huh? Too picky. Okay, and I also like to change the background. So once I click this, you'll see background is gray. And I like to make it darker. Just looks a little cleaner to my eye. And then what I can do is I can hit go to file save, or the Apple key, yes, as it shows. So now when I run and build, you'll see that it should register that. And even though the drum apps are not linked to any actions, you can see visually that that's what the user will see. So the next thing we do is do the coding. And so we can go into classes H file. And the first thing we got to do is add the frameworks. Although we added the frameworks, we have to AV. Okay, so I need to open up AV Foundation dash AV audio audio player. Bam. So step 1, AV Foundation, AV audio player. Next we have to add some IB actions. Play, kick. Okay, so then what you can do is you can just copy those. Go 1, 2, 3, and you can go snare, hi-hat, cymbal. Okay, and I forgot an M. So I get to name these whatever I want. I get to pick them. So I'll do the save, file save. And so that's all we need to do for the H file. So here we have the H, and the M is where we program what to do. So I keep it clean. There was a bunch of files in green which are commented out. So all we have to do is add some IB actions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy from the original app. I'm going to open, hopefully I still have it copied, pasted. And I don't because I overwrit it. So we got to go to my drums app. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy over into the M file all the coding that makes the audio play. So what we have is IB action play kick. And so it's saying when we hit IB action play kick, which we'll link to, we're creating a string and it's called kick. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it vague and say sound. So then it goes main bundle, path for resource. Kick is the actual WAV file that I have in my drum app. So that's my saved audio file. And then it calls the AV audio player. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this one's just called the audio. I'm naming this. You can name it whatever you want as well, I believe. The audio. Okay. Originally, or not even originally, I was playing around with naming it specifically kick and snare, but it takes less time if I do it this way. So we have play kick, kick wave. It's referencing sound. Note that this is connected to this. It's a string. It's connected. And what we're going to do now is say, okay, we got this line of code to say play. Now all we have to do is link it. So we open up our view controller and we go to, we double click here and hopefully we can see our, we got way too many folders open. We're trying to get to files owner here. There it is. So many layers. Let's see if we can do this. So files owner, second tab, and you'll see play kick. All you do is click, drag, touch up inside. Okay, so now we said, well, we made an image or a button. We went to the H code and defined it, and then in the M code we say when we hit this action kick. So one really important thing to notice is that you always gotta always save even after linking it. I just linked the drum kick, but I had to save it or it didn't let me kick it, which is what you saw me just do. So now we can just repeat it, and I'm gonna fast forward this part because all I'm doing is changing the red from kick and wave to snare, hi-hat, and cymbal. So you'll see me copy this, paste, 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 play kick, snare. So we got to change the IV action, which is the button. Then we got snare. And then after we do this, then it will play and we'll be done, and you'll make it will be your first drum app. All simple. Play, hi, cymbal. Okay, and then we can save this. Note, we do got to go back and link all the rest of them now. So we go second. We got to get to file zoner again, see if we can find it. File zoner, second tab. And we got the snare. Touch up inside. Hi-hat, touch up inside. On the cymbals, touch up inside. Hopefully I did them all correctly. Touch up inside, check. So now save it. So it's so easy to forget to save. So now we're gonna build and run and cross our fingers that everything works and hope something this simple won't give us issues. So I'm gonna go back and play these now. Note the cymbal has a kick sound. Do you know what that means? Some fool forgot to change it to the cymbal. So here we go. Cymbal, bam, caught it. Reload it, and we'll check it out. And bam, we're done with the first drum app. If you have any questions, leave in the comments. Hopefully we can figure it out. Each tutorial I make is really something to connect with us, and if you have questions, post them. If I don't know them, hopefully someone else who sees this can post it. And we can just keep educating and make better and better apps. So hopefully you enjoy this drum app tutorial.